Now, if you watch my previous video, you will know that before I set off to go and look at the Kennet and Avon canal, I had one or two things to do, including the ironing. Now, ironing, I think I'm jolly damn good at it, actually. And one of the first videos that I ever uploaded onto YouTube was a tutorial for men on how to iron a shirt, strictly men only. And it's proved very, very popular. And I think there's probably a lot of men walking around now with torn off short sleeve shirts. Anyway, I'll put a link in the description of this video and you can take a look if you're so inclined. The Kennet and Avon is tomorrow, so rather than waste the day, let's go and take a look at the Mon Brec along the leafy lanes of the Sahawi Valley and head for those mountains in the haze over there, Brecon Becons. And we'll start at Pontypool, which is where my Aunt Gwendolyn used to live and after whom I named the motorhome. Well, I've arrived at the little basin here at Pontypool, and because I overslept this morning and didn't have any breakfast, I've ordered a bacon sarnie, no, a sausage sarnie from this little cafe here. And when that thing vibrates, my food will be ready. And there's something to watch while I'm waiting. There's a good slipway here. Drops you down into the basin. And down that way there's a short section that takes you towards Cwmbran on the end of the canal. Whilst this way takes you to the other end, Brecon. I was on the towpath down there and a bicycle, chap riding a bike, very nearly knocked me over. And there's a sign, cyclists give way to walkers. Huh, that's a joke. But now we get back in the car and go to Goitre Wharf. I'm at Bridge 65 and that's looking back towards Pontypool and that way off to Goitre Wharf and eventually Brecon. In the main, the canal is a contour canal, but there are still 6 locks. The canal wanders and meanders through the Brecon National Park, the Brecon Becons. In the garden of that cottage, there's a type of tree that I really love to see, a monkey puzzle, and it's a big one. Here we are, Goitre Wharf. Come and find somewhere to park. Plenty of spaces, no doubt. Yeah, there's a small marina here. Nice setting. And this gentleman here has got a boat called Toby 2, after the dog that we lost. And he's got a beautiful little engine, 3-cylinder diesel. There, now doesn't that sound lovely? Oh, beautiful. Thank you very much.
That's okay.
That was good of him. He restarted his engine just so I could get a video of it. And since I was last here, they've dug out the side of the canal to put in these short boats, stern 2, which makes a hell of a lot more mooring spaces. And there's a great little cafe there that used to, at one time, was owned by, or run by, an Italian. The food was superb. And over there, we have Red Line Boats, which is where Mandy and her good friend Karen used to work when she was at university, coming on a bit of money, cleaning the boats. And here we are at Red Line Boats. It would appear that a lot of their boats are out. Well, there's only one boat here in their colours, Midnight Star. Diddy little thing. There we have one coming past. He's going over the aqueduct above the old cottage down there. Now a holiday let. And of historic interest here are the remains of the old lime kilns. Now we'll head back to the car and move on to Gilwern. Well, here we are, arriving in the rather sprawling but rather nice village of Gilwern. I'm hoping that I'm going to walk along the canal. My legs will allow it. Here we are at the towpath inn in Gilwern, with plenty of mooring spaces along there before you pass underneath that rather low bridge and come out through there. And this is bridge 103. There's an enormous road building project along here where they're building or rebuilding the heads of the valley road up this valley, and they've been at it for several years now, or a few years anyway, and it's affecting the countryside quite a lot. And there's a new retaining wall that's been built. At least they've made a lovely job of it with stone. And here's a bit about the history of it. Built around about 1797, where they had to cross a gorge. There's the gorge going down there, and it is very deep. Here we have Castle Narrowboats, and they've got at least one electric boat. And the YouTuber whose channel is Cruising the Cut, he hired one a while back. And what they've done, they set up charging points so that when you stop at night, if you stop by one of their charging points, you can get your batteries charged. But now we'll move on and go to Talybont. At least I think that's what it's called. Talybont, that's right. Well, we haven't reached Talybont yet, but I had to stop here. This is the bridge over the River Usk at Crickhowell. And Crickhowell is a beautiful little town. Some super shops. And this is a very, very old bridge. And there's the River Usk, whose waters feed the Mon Brec canal. The river is quite low at the moment. And they have a flood defence dike, because this area here floods. And there's the bridge. It looks like there's been a bit of a whoops there. Played with sandbags. It's a shame. Now we can move on to Talybont, 8 miles up that way. Let's go. Well, getting close to Talybont now. Talybont-on-Usk. And last year, David Atkins, who's a fellow YouTuber with a channel called Trains on Tuesday, he and I came here and we had a very nice meal. And we've arrived, Talybont-on-Usk. And there's the White Hart Inn where we had our meal. Really nice. For me today, it's just half a pint of pale ale. I needed it, I was thirsty. Well, that was very good. They're working here to help the track and trace, because when she served my drink, she wanted my name and contact number, obviously for the track and trace system. And in view of the COVID situation, they have a really good one-way system, in through the front door, out through the back. Well, that's what you see when you approach along the canal. That's up towards Brecon, and that's back towards Pontypool. Oh, lovely colour brown. And at one time you could bring your drinks out here and sit and watch the boats go past, but unfortunately there was a dispute over who owned the land and it was stopped. And I'm at Bridge 143, next to this rather ramshackle little shed, hut, whatever it is. And here the canal goes over another aqueduct. Built in 1850 here, and at one time there was a railway line along there. And there's the canal going over the aqueduct, which carries it over the river. There's this rather nice bench here, which has got the map of the canal. Pontypool Basin, that's where I had my sausage sandwich, along to Gilwern there, and I'm now here with that little red dot, Talybont, and we'll go on now to Brecon Basin. Brecon Basin. Do you mind if I video you? Is that alright?
Yes.
Thank you. That's one of those red line boats.
The water road. Yes? Where? There? There? Sure?
Okay. This gentleman took the corner a bit wide and nearly hit the bank. He did a good job of getting out of trouble. Bit of a tight turn, that. Well done. Well, having taken a wrong turning and found myself on a dual carriageway with one lane closed, and following a combine harvester doing very, very slow miles per hour for several miles, I finally arrived at Brecon Basin and the end of the canal. And it's certainly really pretty. And there's the end. And if you've come up from Pontypool or Cumbran, this is where you turn around and head back. And there's another winding hole there. But now it's time to head back and over the Brecon Becons, past Merthyr Tydfil, and get ready for setting off the Kennet and Avon tomorrow. It's not a long canal, just 35 miles, 6 locks. It's not joined on to any other canal at all. There are no junctions, nowhere else you can go. but it's quiet, it's peaceful and very beautiful. And if anybody fancies trying the canal boating without too much hassle, too much work, I can highly recommend it. A great little canal. It's a shame it's not joined onto others because it's close to me and it'd be much easier to get to. But there we are. So thanks for watching, and tomorrow, Kennet and Avon.